Hey everybody, Nick here at Chase Detailing Autocare, and for today's video we had a Chevrolet Silverado here in the detail garage. Here is the detailing process. Alright, first things first is we're using our tornador air blowout gun to get the seats and the cracks and the crevices, all the vents, the carpet. It just makes our life a lot easier when we are vacuuming. Look at that stuff flying right out of there. It was the seats. Like, the seats were probably had the most dirt inside them, was the seats. Alright, so now we're going to use our fabric softener on the carpet, the seats, and we're going to use a drill brush to break up any of that loose dirt and debris. There was a tiny bit of pet hair, not too much though. Okay, so using the air gun and the drill brush right before we vacuum, because it makes our life a lot easier when we are doing the vacuuming process. Alright, so next we're going to use our little detailing brushes. We got a mixture of our boar's hair detail brush and our soft detail brush. We're going to clean the cracks and crevices of the vents and all little smaller areas of the vehicle. For the next step, we're going to apply our shampoo to the seats and the carpet of the vehicle. So now we got the surface prepped and ready. Now we're going to use our little drill brush here, our white tipped brush. And we're going to go a crosshatch pattern upon the seats and the carpet. So now we are going to use our little extractor here, our Bissell extractor. I love this little thing. It's really great extractor, everybody. If you're just a beginner detailer or if you're a pro detailer, it's a really great extractor. To be honest, you don't have to buy a really expensive extractor starting out when you're detailing. You don't have to buy that. I mean, you can eventually upgrade to a nicer, more advanced extractor if you want later on, but I've used this little Bissell for, I'd say it's been a few years now, and it's still kicking. It does a pretty good job. Eventually I'm later on going to upgrade to a different extractor. Alright, on to shampooing the carpets here with our little pump sprayer. Alright, so y'all are probably wanting to know what type of shampoo I'm using. I'm using P&S Carpet Bomber. Really great stuff. And also, I do use the Chemical Guys Fabric Cleaner. That's some really good stuff too. Okay, so now we're going to get started on the interior plastics. We're going to throw a little MAPC here on it and use our little detail brush here, scrub it all down. Now we're going to use our little tornador to dry it off. It does really great in the vents, drying the vents off and the smaller areas off. Okay, so now we're going to get the center console, the cup holders. Look at that foaming action. Looks great. Okay, now we are going to steam it. Our little steamer. Alright, so now we're going to dry it and wipe it down here and get rid of that leftover residue from the cleaner. Alright, so we got the back seat done. Now we're onto the driver's side door here using some MAPC and our boar's hair detail brush. We're using our brush, but also we're using the Scrub Ninja. Love this little tool. It's a great tool. I recommend using both. I mean, you don't have to use both, but it makes your life a lot easier when you're using the Scrub Ninja on more of a bigger surface area. Okay, so also I gotta mention, we do have a mixture of different types of microfiber rags we use in this detail garage. We use for the interior, we use yellow. For the windows, we use green, and we use like light blue for the windows too. And also for the exterior, we use a different type of blue for the exterior. And then for the door jambs, we use black, and for the rims, we use gray. And also, you know, when you're detailing, you do not want to use the same type of rag for everything. You want to have a mixture and variety of different types and colors. You know, one for the interior, one for the rims, one for the windows, one for the door jambs, one for the fabrics, stuff like that. And then you want to have one for your waxes, the sealants, and your coatings, and, you know, your compounds and polishes. You want to have different types of rags for each job purpose. Okay, so now we're on to the foot pedals. We're going to throw a little MAPC here and use our little boar's hair detail brush. And then we're going to use our steamer. As you know, we're putting a microfiber rag below the foot pedals just so we don't get any of the leftover residue that flies on the carpet that we just cleaned. Alright, so now we are applying a 303 aerospace protectorant dressing to all the interior plastics, leather, and vinyl. What we're doing right here is we are wiping down the little mirrors, the cluster gauges, getting rid of that leftover residue, cleaning it up really nice and shiny, all the nice little small chrome pieces. Okay, so now we're on to prepping the surface of the outside of the vehicle, pre-rinsing process. Now we're going to start from the top and work our way to the bottom. So now let's soap up the vehicle using our little foam cannon here. And we're going to give it a nice lemon foam bath. And if y'all are wondering which type of soap I am using P&S Pearl. It is pH neutral. It is safe to use on all finishes. For any waxes, sealants, or coatings, it's safe for all of those. Alright, so now we're using our little detail brush here to get all those little tight nooks and crannies of the exterior of the vehicle. Now we're going to use our wash mitt here. Start from the top of the roof. If y'all like what you see in this video, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button to stay up to date on more detail related content here at Chase Detailing and Autocare. But also feel free to hit that share button too to share it with your friends and family. We really much appreciate it. Alright, so now we're applying bug remover here to the front part of the windshield, the grill, and the little mirrors. And what bug remover I'm using P&S Bug Off. Really great bug remover. I'm liking it. I especially like it because it comes in 5 gallons because we use so much bug remover. So that's why I had to get 5 gallons of it. dryer to dry all the small little cracks and crevices of the exterior of the vehicle. You know, the tires, the door handles, around the windows, the grills, the emblems. Now we're going to towel dry it using our plush microfiber towel. Now we're getting onto the fender wells and the rims and tires. So now we're throwing a little degreaser here on the fender wells. We're going to apply some brake buster here of the tires and let that set for a minute while we get the rest of the fender wells here. Look at that, it's already starting to bloom. Look at that tire. All right, let's use a little wheel woolly here for the rim. Now we're going to use a little blue little tire scrubby brush. Now we're going to use our little soft green tip brush for the rims, and then I use our little other detail brush here for the rest of it. Now let's rinse that right off again. Drying time. We're going to get ready to apply our tire dressing after we get these rims and tires dried. Alright, up next we're applying our tire dressing using our little tire applicator pad here. So if you want to know what kind of tire dressing we're using in this video, we're using P&S Shine All. Great stuff. So now we're using a quick detailer here, just a little touch up on the rims here. Now we're going to polish the exhaust tips for this vehicle. First off, you want to make sure the surface is well cleaned and washed. Then you want to use your quick detailer or water or waterless wash. Throw it on the exhaust and use 0000 steel wool. Scrub the surface of the exhaust. That's what we're doing right now. We're scrubbing the surface with our little wool pad. All right, so now we're going to dry it off using our little microfiber rag. Look at that. It already looks better by just doing that. All right, and after this, we're going to apply our polish. Chemical Guys Heavy Cut Polish. Using our little drill brush here to get inside of it. And then we're going to get the outside of it. Polish that right up, make it look brand new. Wipe off that polish residue. Ta-da! That looks beautiful. Look at that nicely polished. That's what it looked like before. Dang. Alright, so now we're going to show you the process of how to do a headlight restoration here on this vehicle. Okay, so first off, you want to make sure the surface is well clean. And now we're going to prep the surface by applying a clay bar. Make sure the surface is well lubricated when you're applying a clay bar. And then we're going to sand it. Then we're going to go in a crosshatch pattern, up to down, left to right motion. And as you're going to see here, it's going to turn a little milky. The film is going to turn a little milky right there. You can start seeing it right there. That's getting rid of that dead clear coat that's on there. And that's what we want to do. That's good. Actually, when you're doing a headlight restoration, it's a very long time-consuming process. I mean, you got to prep the surface, you got to sand it, and you got to cut it, and then you got to polish it out, and then you got to apply a wax sealant or a coating on it. Very time-consuming process. All right, so now we're going to use our little Rupes polisher and our little compound here. Apply it here on the light. So we're going to go in a crosshatch pattern. And look at that, it already looks so much better than where we first started at. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking the blue cutting pad and I'm doing the rest by hand on the top part for the smaller areas I cannot reach. Okay, so we are going to use our polish now, using our yellow pad with our Rupaz polisher. Polish all that out. Like I said before, same exact pattern, crosshatch pattern. Alright, so let's buff that off. Now let's see the results. Oh man, look at that. That is beautiful. So now we're going to apply our sealant here to the headlight to protect it. Wipe that off. Dang, look at that. So now we're on to waxing the vehicle. We're using our cherry wet wax here. Stuff smells really good. I like the cherry wax. It smells just like cherries. It smells really great. We're almost done. Now we're going to do the windows here. We are going to use our green microfiber rags here to wipe all this windows off. Alright, so now onto the door jambs. What we're using here is we're using MAPC again, and we're using a little boar's hair detail brush, agitating the surface of the door jamb. Then we're going to wipe it off with our little black rag. Dang, that looks good. Alright, if y'all noticed that one little stain would not come out, it was bleached into the fabric, but all the other seats came out really great. Look at that. Oh, look at that nicely polished chrome. Looking good. Y'all like this video, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button, and feel free to share it with your friends and family. See you next time. Peace out.